Hello YouTube and welcome back to old Flads. And how about that for some music at the beginning of a game? Awesome! Incredibly awesome. This is Tiny Keep! And I know that this is what, the 5th, 6th video in a row over 6 days? Fear not, I am going to the doctors tomorrow and I'm going to make sure that everything is alright. But it's been nice to, I've got Meridian going as well, and then I've been able to play a few of these little games. I've been kindly gifted this as well by Digital Tribe. This game has been picking up a fair old whack attraction, I must admit. It is very cool, and it's incredibly reminiscent of Fight the Dragon. But whereas Fight the Dragon is a, by and large, community-made sort of dungeon crawler, this is a procedurally generated one, and it's got some very cool elements. There are a couple of issues, and we will cover those. But for now, let's start a new game. As you can see, 5 prisoners have perished and no prisoners have escaped. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm giving it a fair crack of the whip so far, but let's go into a new game and see, shall we? So, to start with, you have to make your little character, and here he is. The idea behind this is basically you're stuck in prison, and you've got to try and get out. So you can change. There is a little bit of customization there. I'm going to go with the beard because that's a little bit like how I look at the moment. I've got that sort of coloured hair, so that's fine. I'm a bit lighter skinned than that, I must admit. Jacket colour, I think I probably look... Oh, orange, perfect. And trouser colour will be... black, brown. No, that comes later when you see the bosses. We'll go for grey. We'll go for grey for now. So let's begin this. And this is pretty cool, so I think you should enjoy this. Pershdow Dungeons, circa 498. So here we are, we're stuck in our cell, but we had a celly. In fact, that looks incredibly like me, that little thing. I'm pretty pleased with that.
I've got the keys! Oh, I'm out of here. Hey, I couldn't wait for you to wake up. You sleep like the grave. I'll leave the door open for you. Don't take too long and be careful. And you best find something to protect yourself with, because those guards are not going to be happy to see us leave.
Okay then. So, here we go. This is Tiny Keep. And as you can see, our cellmate Maggie, she's already gone. She left us. She didn't want to wake us up. Couldn't be bothered with it. So, as you can see, it's actually a very pretty game, isn't it? Looks very cool. Looks very cool. Now, my bugbear with the game, and so far it's pretty much the only one, is this. I'm going to move around. Alright? Now, to me, that's a little bit floaty, if you know what I mean, and after a while it actually gives me motion sickness. But nonetheless, the idea is that we've got to try and get out of this entire dungeon, and you can speed run this, but it doesn't always work so well. These are the very angry guards. That one's got a club. I've got to try and get myself a sword and a shield as well. Now, these things fall down and they actually open up viewpoints to the other parts of the dungeons. So if we can just... Oh, wow, he got a hit on me then. If we can... Here we go. Here's our sword. So now we're going to be able to fight back.
They didn't give me a chance. They were going to take me to one of those cages. Take this. I can't bear to use it again.
So we've now been armed with a sword, and as you can see, I'm on fire. That's not good. That's never a good thing. There is those things do sort of carry on with a little bit of physics. Oh, and he caught fire as well. So you can knock over these. You can give them a whack. There is like a ragdolly type physics effect going on. But for now, we need to try and find a shield, because defending yourself is actually a very good tactic in this game, and once you come to the bosses, things can get a bit hairy. The combat is, well, it's simple. You just bash the trigger. I'm playing with the Xbox controller. This is actually a dead end. Oh, can we look over that? I don't think there's anything. No, we're looking out the wrong way there, so... and we can't see anything there. So we've come down the wrong hole. So this is my map, and I can actually move and follow this. So I actually want to turn left here. Basically, as I've found that moving north is pretty much the best idea. And is there someone in there? There is. Excellent. Right, here comes another little... Well, this is in fact incredibly cool. In here is a fellow prisoner. It looks like a bit of a mentalist, but he's a fellow prisoner. Now, I can choose to release these, and some of them will actually help me in my quests. The Shadow of Mordor, I don't even need to use binding, or whatever it's called. I just use this. Press X. What's he doing? Oh my god, he's in a murderous rage. Here's the downside, of course, to releasing a complete lunatic, is that they can kill you as well. So let's keep going. We want to try and head north if possible. Now, there are two ways of playing this game. You can rush it, which doesn't always work, and you can farm like ludicrous amounts of coin off of these. I can't defend against arrows because I haven't got a shield. You can farm ludicrous amounts of coins by killing everything. Now, I'll show you why you need coin in a bit, and I've actually got enough. Here's my shield.
A guard fell asleep and I was able to just take this from him. It's going to be a long way to the surface. I think you should have this.
So that is me with my shield. So the shield combat is pretty simple. You just put your shield up, block arrows, and you sort of block and then counter-attack, and that's how it works. So we've got some more prisoners here. Let's see what these guys are up to. He's in a murderous rage as well. Punching, he just didn't even care about my shield, just punched me anyway. And as you see, it is button bashly with the combat. The combat's a bit weak. Are you going to be mental? No, she's frightened and useless. Come on, you've got to be. Finally, Sarah Whitney has decided to join you in your escape. So she's now my ally. So she's actually going to fight the guards with me, and she tries to escape. And if I wasn't like a complete douche, I'd try and get her out as well. We need to go this way and left, I would guess. And she's actually gonna try and take the guards out with me. She is as keen on escape as I am. So she's now an ally, and she's also fodder as well. So you can actually like get her to do some damage and then finish it off yourself. But I'm hoping that. Oh, I just got hit by a spike trap. I need to head this way. Really? Okay, I need to head this way. Did I take a wrong turn somewhere? Nope, we're good. We're following this path. And hopefully, this is going to lead to the end of the next level. Here we go. So, this is what you pay coins for. These light wells give you buffs. And you can actually pay to get a buff. So, I'm going to put 15 coins in. And it's going to give me a buff. Arrows to ether. You become more skillful at dodging projectiles. So my chances of getting hit by a projectile are now lowered, and we're going to move on to the next level. Now, what I want to do, because essentially this is how the game runs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump towards the end of the level and show you a boss quickly. So you're going to catch me in a minute once I've actually got that far. Okay, so what I've done is I've rushed towards the end of the level. Now, instead of being able to go straight up the steps, past the light well and onto the next level, there is a note on the door. And this is where we're going to enter our first boss encounter. Now, I've been known to lose these, so hopefully I won't die. So let's have a look at this.
I was lurking in the shadows and managed to slip past while they were distracted. A band of archers came through and locked the gate behind them. You'd better watch out. One of them has flint and tinder.
Okay, so I've faced this particular boss. There are two types. One is an archer and one is a sort of normal guard. The guard is actually really difficult to beat. The archer's not too bad. So here he is. Now the way I've found best to deal with these is to absolutely rush the crap out of them. If you do that, you won't get hit by the flaming arrows that he's in possession of. However, once you get sort of overrun... Oh my goodness, that was not good. I'm going to have to try and just block here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just blocked one. Oh, I'm in fire. I'm in fire. I'm a little bit on fire. Okay. I need to try and make him set off a trap again. He's jumping around. That chest actually has coin in, which is good. But just for now, I just need to try and get my health back up. Because if you get swarmed by loads of them, you will die. And it is a pretty nuisance thing. Now, that's where I failed. I should not be trying to block his arrows. They're fire arrows, and they're incredibly damaging. And there we go. That is it. That is the first sort of mini-boss on level 2. He's taken out. It's pretty simple, but... this game can be made incredibly difficult by using sort of slightly ropey tactics. So I'm just going to clear these last two up. And then we are going to head back up. I think it's this way. No, that's the chest. I'll pick up the coin from it, though. or some of it. You don't want to go on those on those spike traps because they really will hurt you. So let's head back. Where did we find it? Okay, it's over this way. So then that's a boss in this game, and then we can move on to the next level, and then the puzzles start to get more and more sort of difficult as we move on. This is where I said it's quite similar to Fight the Dragon, because Fight the Dragon has a lot of puzzles involved in it, although it is community driven, and there is actually a map maker with it. This procedurally generated sort of scenario we have here is very cool, and as you can see, it's beautifully drawn. And once you get used to the sort of running around and floating around as it actually is, it's actually not that bad. So let's buy ourselves another buff. Fortified body, you feel hardier and able to take on more damage. So I'm a little bit tankier now, but I think that's going to do for now, to be honest. Up there is the next level. As you can see, it's a very cool little game. There is perma-death, so you need to bear that in mind. But this has been Tiny Keep. I'm a big fan of it, and by sort of quitting out now, I'm actually going to have to start again, because that is the way perma-death works in this. But nonetheless, thank you very much for watching. I've been Old Flads. This has been Tiny Keep, and yeah, exit to main menu. Cheers, and goodbye.